Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Daisy. So let's start from her normal form. So on the normal form, I must say that the thing that really makes her special, she has preemptive cover. Okay, so this preemptive cover may be kind of niche and maybe not needed on lots of situation, but again, when you need it, you have it from her. And yes, from what I can remember, she is the only character who have this preemptive physical cover. Okay, sorry if I'm wrong, but pretty great. For innate provoke, she has 50% provoke draw attack, so it's just like other tankers. Okay, I guess. And what's so special about her Neo Vision form is she has spammable 50% general damage mitigation and physical mitigation. So 50% spammable right on the first turn. You can do that. And this buff, the general mitigation also gives you 230% all stats buff. Maybe not high by any mean, but if you are short on slot on your party, then yes, this one also buff 230%, which is nice. And also cover with 100% chance. Very, very nice skill. Okay, and her cooldown ability also can give you 70% physical mitigation if you need better physical mitigation, of course. And of course 100% earth and light resist. So this one is useful because yes, on some content you don't want to take damage to maximize your score. Okay, so this kind of buffs are always useful. And she can also chain with Stardust Ray for light and earth element. Also, if you need other elements than those two, you can simply equip her with certain weapon because she has flexible non-elemental Stardust Ray chain. And for magic, she has useful End Stone to imbue all allies with stone element, which is nice. And Shelga and Protect God. Again, very nice for 50% physical or magic mitigation. Yes, those are good, but the main weakness I think is first, she only know dual cast. So sure, she able to chain with Stardust Ray, but because she only able to dual cast that, maybe she's not that good as a backup chaining partner. And for those magics, she cannot multi-cast them. So yes, it's kind of annoying because on one turn you can only imbue, not combine, imbue with giving your party magic mitigation. But again, as a tanker, you don't need her to act every turn. Okay, so I guess it's okay. And she also able to do other things like break enemy attack and magic and imperil earth and light resist, but I think those are unusable because they are off meta at this point. The Imperil only 100% and the break only 65%, so just forget about them. Okay, for limit burst, I can say it's also not that good. Sure, it is spammable and actually it can still be useful if you need that earth and light resist buff, because remember that your normal earth and light resist buff comes from your cooldown ability. So if the enemy dispel that, you need to wait for few turns to be able to use that cooldown ability. So you can fix that by using this limit burst. Okay, this limit burst only requires 23 LB crystals, so very easy to spam. Okay, so that's all for the normal form. The only weakness I can say, those are a weakness, but for the stats, she doesn't have shield through double hand stats. Okay, you will see later that on Brave Shift form, she has that. Okay, so let's go into that form. Okay, so for Brave Shift form, she's still able to do all amazing things which she able to do from her normal form. So she can still do preemptive physical cover, so you don't need to worry if you want to start with her Brave Shift on the first turn. She still has that amazing 50% damage mitigation plus 100% physical cover, 70% physical mitigation, you name it, okay? And the best part on this Brave Shift form is she has triple cast. So yes, you finally able to make her into good backup chainer. Don't worry about Stardust Ray Chain because you can activate your Stardust Ray Chaining ability from using defensive roll on her normal forms. Okay, so you can, so yes, she doesn't have innate Stardust Ray chain on Brave Shift form, but you can activate those chaining abilities on her Brave Shift form. So it's okay, I guess. After all, defensive role also gives her 60% general mitigation, which is good for tank like her. Okay, and on this form, she also able to chain with Bolting Strike, but it is locked to Earth element. And this Earth Bolting Strike chain comes with 120% Earth in peril and 75% damage mitigation to herself. So yes, it is really solid ability, very nice. And the best part is on this form, she has really great stats because she gets 300% shield through double hand. So something that gonna improve her defense stats immensely. Okay, so make sure you also treat her normal form with this nice defense. Okay, you don't want to have her survive on Brave Shift form, but when you go back on normal form, she will die because lack of defense. Okay, so make sure you also have high defense on normal form. The main problem with this is because this Brave Shift form only lasts for 3 turns. Okay, so yes, you will go back into your normal form. So let's hope you're able to survive on that form. But yes, I believe you can also do that because her normal form is also quite nice in terms of defense. Okay, and if you fight against stone and fairy enemies, then she is the character you want to bring because she has 99% physical and magic mitigation. Okay, yes, it is Granny's ability. It is only 1 turn, but again, you can use it on threshold attack or some nasty attack. Okay, because on normal turn you can simply use her Brave Shift Limit Burst. Her Brave Shift Limit Burst, it gives you 75% mitigation against fairies. Okay, so very nice. I know this form only lasts for 3 turns, but again, on nowadays, battle usually lasts very short, like 5 to 6 turns. Okay, it's rarely go above 10 turns. Okay, unless your party is really not that fit into the battle. Okay, but yes, I think this is really good and niche tankers. So that's for Brave Shift form. Let's compare her to other tankers. So if you compare her to NVA tank, I believe that you agree with me that the best rifle she can has is Sighart, because I can say they are about the same. They also able to imbue Earth element, and it seems that they have Earth element on their liking. Okay, but it's obvious when you compare both characters. I can say that Daisy is definitely better in terms of defensive stats. Okay, so Daisy has like 300% shield through double hand. Okay, very nice. And yes, you may say that, but Sighart has both 100% shield through double hand on defense and spirit. Yes, I agree for that. And yeah, it seems that Sighart also has better balance on his defense and spirit. But you also need to remember that Daisy and Sighart are physical tanks. So what's the most important thing is their defensive stats, and like you can see that Daisy gets plus 500 defense, which is insane and can make her compete with real Neo Vision tank. Okay, because yes, her defense stats gonna be high. And remember that Daisy has triple cast, something that Sighart doesn't have. Yes, I know it's only 3 turns on Brave Shift form, but triple cast is triple cast. Okay, I can say that the only Sighart advantage is first, he absorbs Earth element, and he also has 100% draw attack. But talking about element, remember that Brave Shift Daisy is pretty insane, guys. 100% all elemental resist. 100% Earth and Light elemental resist, 20% on other elemental resist. And remember, she also has passive that increased 30% on all elemental resist. So, wow, Daisy is really tanky for both physical and magical attack. Yes, her spirit may be not as good as Seekheart, but because she has that elemental defense, I can say that she is better than Seekheart. And maybe the biggest advantage Seekheart has is his general mitigation, because Seekheart able to spam that 75% general mitigation. Okay, very nice. Daisy able to do so, but her 75% mitigation only lasts for 2 turns, Seekheart 3 turns. Both able to spam this, so yes, not a huge difference, but still very nice. And I see that Daisy is the winner here. If you compare her to against real Neo-Vision tankers, I can say that WoW is still pretty decent, because her plus 500 defense gonna make her defense kinda on par with real physical Neo-Vision tank. But for other supports, I can say that real Neo-Vision tanks may be better, because they usually have like permanent triple cast like King Behemi, and better impel and usable breaks on current standard. But yes, if you don't care about supporting, if you only see that in terms of defensive capabilities, I can say that Daisy is very capable taking this real Neo-Vision tank. So that's all about comparison. My conclusion for Daisy. So I think Daisy is one of the top tier for NVA physical tank. I can say maybe the best NVA physical tank at this moment. Okay, when you fight her against real NV tank, I can still say that she can hold back pretty good. Very nice NVA tank, and she also has very nice elemental resist, also ailments on Brave Shift form. So what's not to love about her? Okay, she can become good provoker even when you use, let's say, AoE magic cover. And remember, if you fight against fairy and stone type enemy, Daisy has 99% damage mitigation, physical and magic mitigation against those enemies. Very nice. Her stats top tier, has fatal damage protection. Really nice NVA tank. And I can say that, wow, her Trust Mastery Word and STMR, they are also perfectly good. For the Trust Mastery Word, maybe it's not so much, okay? But the point here is, if you want to maximize your tank and your tank has really nice limit burst, this Trust Mastery Word gonna help you, okay? 2 limit burst gauge help you to reach that 12 limit burst per turn, okay? But maybe it's not that good, but her STMR is, I can say, one of the best in slot accessory for physical tank, okay? Sure, maybe the upgraded version, the Daisy Arms Guard Plus 2, can only be used to the maximum potential by herself. But even without those upgrades, this is still perfectly good, okay? One of the highest defense boosts, and this also gives you 50% all stats, attack, defense, magic, spirit, when you equip heavy or light shield. Almost all tanks equip that. So this one is pretty decent accessory, okay? So yes, even if you don't use Daisy, I really love these 2 items, okay? Really nice. And my only complaint about her is yes, her Brave Shift form only lasts for 3 turns. But again, I understand that, because she is only NVA unit. Most NV tanks have unlimited Brave Shift duration. Okay, and yes, they are real and real Neo-Vision. So I'm okay with that. So yes, with all those in mind, I can give her maybe 9.5 out of 10. Okay, really strong tanker. In my opinion, she is the strongest NV physical tank at this point. And yes, I a little bit forgot, okay? Another weakness is, if you want to make her into evasion tank, okay, she doesn't have any physical evasion stats. and that can make her a little bit hard to gear. But maybe that's not a huge problem if you're veteran players. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all you need to know about Daisy. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys!